Charlie Kirk's memorial was a celebration of his death, not a celebration of his life. My name is Reverend Dr. Christopher Carter. I'm a pastor and a theologian who works at the intersection of religion and race. What was not surprising, or I guess maybe what was sad, was the ways in which the majority of the people, if not all the people that were at his funeral service, used it as an opportunity to talk about politics, to score political points, to argue for a political revolution, if you will, rather than actually a remembrance of the person that was Charlie. Unfortunately, I've had to preside over many funeral services. And one thing is pretty consistent in a funeral service is it's a time for people to get together and grieve, to lament, to tell stories, and even perhaps to celebrate the life of the person who has died. A conservative acquaintance of mine sent me a message, a video of Erica Kirk's speech, and I watched it and I was moved, actually, that someone could be so brave to get up and to speak in front of so many people after her husband had been murdered. Most services, you see what people would tell stories. They would say, hey, this is who this person really was. You thought you knew them, but this is how he was as a father, or this is how he was as a friend, or this is a funny story about us playing golf, or he did this funny thing as a kid, and this tells us a bit about the real person that Charlie Kirk was. But none of that took place. Rather, you had people like Stephen Miller get on stage and say, well, these people have created nothing and we will destroy them. You have people like J.D. Vance get on stage and says, hey, Charlie Kirk was a martyr. He died for what he believed in, a set of politics that you also should be willing to die for. You have people like Donald Trump get on stage and say that this person that murdered him did it because he's a radical leftist crazy person, and all the radical left are responsible for his death. That's not a memorial service. That's a MAGA political rally. And it's in this moment, actually, that I began to have grief for Charlie Kirk. I grieved the fact that people who really knew him, people who probably really loved him, maybe didn't have a chance to actually process this grief, to process this event, to be together, to lament, to mourn, to remember. That makes me sad, because he was a human being that people loved, and his death was tragic. And it would behoove those who claim to love him to give people the opportunity to do that, rather than to score political points, rather than to make a political message.